During sessions, we have discussed about like how we can develop different kinds of algorithms for like regression and classification problems, right? So we also discussed about clustering problems as well. So let's discuss like for all these like algorithms, there is one main concept for there. So where what we have done, like after the data, we try to optimize like the loss functions. We have defined a loss functions and we try to optimize these loss functions with the data what we have, right? So the error, and then like we calculated what is the loss function for it, and then uh, after the loss, like we try to optimize and then adjusted the theta values. That's how we have done, right? So actually these loss functions are very critical to our machine learning problem. So like they're like just like in regression problem, what we have is like one of them is a mean square error, like which we use like in most of the regression problem. So apart from that, there are like many other loss functions. So we are going to discuss about those like today. So for loss functions, so these are basically a similarity measures, right? So what we have is like if it is a loss function like RMSE, mean square error. So if you can dig into the formula, what we are trying to do is like we are actually trying to calculate the difference between your actual versus predicted, right? So and we are seeing like if there is any difference between them, that is your error, okay? And so actually basically this is indirectly giving your similarity. If it is like towards zero, then it is very similar, right? So similarly, apart from this, like there are many other kinds of similarity functions which we'll be discussing right now. So similarity functions. Okay, so one of them would be like what we have discussed now, like which takes this mean square error. So if it is multi-dimensional, like we call it like Euclidean distance, right? So if it is like 2 dimension, 3 dimension like this, then what we go for is a Euclidean distance is one. So what Euclidean distance will do is, so let us say there are this is the axis, and okay, and you have a point. Let me draw a point over here. So this is already a dot, right? So let's say this is one point, and there is a second point like which was here somewhere. Okay, it is again valid in like 3 dimensional as well. So your distance will be like, what is your distance? It is the line joining these 2 points, right? This will be your distance, right? If it is x1 y1, if your point here is x1 y1, okay, and if this point here is x2 y2, so then your distance here is x1 square minus x2 square. So square root of like we will be calculating x1 square, and again sum you'll have and then x2 minus x1 whole square. I'm writing it as like this, okay, and also we'll sum like y2 minus y1 whole square, okay, and then to all over them like we make it as a root. Okay, so this is how like let me google the formula or else like it will be easy instead of me writing the order. So Euclidean distance. So okay, so you can see this way, right? So if there is like P1, P2, and Q1, Q2 are the 2 points like P1 minus Q1. So this x first coordinate to x coordinate, second coordinate to second coordinate. So similarly, like you'll be taking a rate of mean square error. So this is how like we have done even now. right? Even this mean square error is also similar. So okay, this is fine. So is this always like there are few kinds of problems like where this won't be much suitable? So in case of like your data is like high dimensional, here it is only like 2 dimension, right? So x and y axis. So similarly, if there are like 100 dimensions, so in that case, actually this particular Euclidean distance doesn't give a better value. Mean to say, like if it is 1 comma, let me see, like 1 comma 0 comma 0 comma 0 comma 1 or something like this, and there is one more point which is like 0 comma 0 comma 1 comma 0 comma 0, and these two actually, like let me see, if you take a distance between these two, you will get like root over 1 square plus 1 square, which will be 2. Okay, so there in somewhere again, like you'll be getting some 2 comma 0 comma 0 comma, so something like this, and again 1 somewhere. So if you take this again, like you'll be getting the same distance value like this and this. Like when you go for higher dimensional, and there are many cases where you have this, right? So you actually can't figure out like which are more similar. Like I'm not giving a proper example here, but when it goes to higher dimensional, like you can like usually, like in case of NLP or like when in computer vision, you'll be dealing with some very high dimensional features. Okay, like mainly in NLP, you'll be having some 1,000 dimension or 10,000 dimension, depends again. So in such kind of scenario, it is like quite difficult for us to actually like see Euclidean distance and then get the like similarity measure. So that you don't find it much easy there. So we anyway will address that problem. So apart from this, like apart from Euclidean distance, there is one more called like Manhattan distance. Manhattan distance. So what this Manhattan distance is, it is slightly different from uh, the Euclidean distance. So just a moment. Okay. So here in Euclidean distance, what we have done is like this way, right? So instead of that, what it will be done is like here. Let me draw it with a different color. So instead of taking a direct distance, shortest distance, it will try to get a distance this way. Okay. So in a right angle along the axis, it will try to get a distance. So this way. So what it will do is like it will go till x-axis, end of x-axis, and then like it will also compute like what is the distance with y-axis. So the formula would be something like this: x2 minus x1. This won't be whole square. If it is a whole square, then you'll be getting like hypotenuse, right? So here it won't be a whole square. Instead, it is x2 minus x1 modulus. So I will be taking only positive value, right? So previously, if it is a square, then no issue, or else like you'll be taking a modulus. Similarly, y2 minus y1 and keep a modulus. So this is how like the distance is calculated in terms of like Manhattan distance. So this actually will give you quite this like it is mainly popular. We call it like a taxi distance problem, like cab distance problem. So because like let us say you are in one place and like you have to go to other place, the distance should be calculated. If you want to measure the actual distance, maybe let's say you are Silk Board and you want to calculate distance for Indiranagar, okay? So, and like there is one more point like which was from Silk Board, like you want to calculate distance from KR4. So then what you do is like you should not take like the shortest path. I mean like the distance over the buildings. Like you should be taking only the route like which is there where there is a way to go, right? Like on the roads, right? So in that case, like you won't get it actually as a straight distance, right? So it's not a flight to jump over, right? So such kind of problems. That is one simple example to tell. Like you can't take Euclidean distance for measuring like which is more nearer or something. So in that case, what you do is take this Manhattan distance and use it for it. Like let me show you the Manhattan distance. Manhattan distance. Okay, so they calculated like how much is the distance to Manhattan. So instead of this, like this taxi cab geometry is actually referring to that. Like these are the different blocks you have, and from this point to this point, this green one is Euclidean distance, and the other ones you see, like the red one or maybe the other blue ones, those you can take like as a Manhattan distance. Actually, like best one would be the red to this one, the red bulb, like that is called as Manhattan distance. Okay, so this is like also called as like L1 distance. So if you remember, like when we have discussed about L1 norm and L2 norm, this looks like the L1 norm, right? So let me write L1 norm. Okay, so these are two of them, like in terms of distance. So just a moment, let me save it here. Measures one. Okay, so similarly, apart from this, let me also, apart from this, there are like few other measures. These are two, right? So similarly, let me also discuss about like one important measure. So one of them is, let me give a kind of idea here. So okay, which we call it like cosine distance. Okay, so this is usually mainly used like in NLP areas. So what actually does is, like when your data has in higher dimension, so Euclid distance usually doesn't give any good result. Like mostly like it is irrelevant. Euclid distance is not at all much relevant here. So, but there is this concept called like cosine distance. What this cosine distance will actually do is, so let us say there is a point here, there is a point here. So previously what we did, Euclid distance is this thing and Manhattan distance is this thing. But if you take like cosine distance is something like this. So from here, so if you take the line joining the vectors like for these points, right? So if you take the angle between them, let us say this angle is theta, then your cosine distance is cos theta. Okay, it's there in the name itself, right? So cosine distance is like cos theta. Cos of theta. Okay, so why actually this is much better is, like in case if you have two lines, okay, so this is in one dimension and there is one more line which was parallel to this in one more dimension. So like in a different dimension, like this may look parallel. Okay, so if you take distance, like anyway as we discussed before, distance is quite irrelevant. So but if you see these like two vectors, right, so these two look quite parallel and similar to each other, right? So in that case, like cos theta will give you like what is the angle between them is like 0. So those two are parallel. Okay, so those two look quite similar. So in that case, like your angle is like 0. So if it is angle is 0, cos is 0 is like 1. Okay, it says like it is like very similar, right? If similarity like score here it is like 1, then it means like very similar. And like one angle is like this and one more angle is somewhere like this. So in this case, these two have a certain angle. Okay, so depending on that, the similarity is like quite less, right? So this is showing in different direction, this is showing in a different direction. So both are not similar. So in that case, like you'll get like cos theta value as like more, right, almost towards 90. So then your cos 90 is 0. So the similarity score is like nearer to 0. Okay. So this is one more thing, like which is like very much useful, like mainly in case of like higher dimensional features, we try to use this cosine similarity. Let me also give you one more similarity matrix, like which was on distance, like as before, like Euclidean distance here it is like this, right? So Manhattan distance is this thing. So there is a combination of these two, which we call it like mean square distance, which like what it will do is like here it is like square, right? So here it is 1 to the power of 1, and then you are square rooting by it, right? So here power of 2 and then square root of 2, right? So similarly here it is only 1 and you are not square rooting. It means like power of 1 is. So similarly, there is one more. Uh, just a moment. Let me add it here itself. So okay, so it is similar to this, like previous these two distances are like this. So one more would be like, let me write 4 minus curve distance. The spelling might be slightly wrong, but you understand the concept here. So here, if you see, it is 2 power of like square root. We can write it as power of 1 by 2, right? So mean square distance is also like that. So what it will do is like x2 minus x1. Instead of square, it will write some p root. Okay, and similarly, means like it can be 3, 4, like whatever, like we keep it. And similarly, again p root, and for p power of p, and to whole power, instead like what they do is like instead of square root, it may be cube root or anything, right? So what they write is 1 by p, where what value you write, like depending on that the root will. Okay, so this is how like mean square distance has been it is a generic form of these things. Like it can, by keeping a value p equal to 2, it will be Euclidean distance. By keeping p value is 1, then it will be Manhattan distance. By keeping some other value, you'll be getting a different kind of distance. Okay, some more which is needed for like recommendation systems as well sometimes. So which we call like Jacquard similarity. So in Jacquard similarity, so what actually this means is like it is something like you have some two sets. Okay, so this is one set of like maybe few like some collection of few numbers like 1, 4, 5, 9, something like this, and there is one more set. Again, you have some collection of few numbers. Okay, this is one and this is one. So there will be some intersecting, like which are like some of the elements which are in common, and then whole is like union, right? So let's say this is A and this is B. So what exactly it means is like A intersection, let me intersection of A comma B divided by union of A comma B. So what exactly this means is like let us say you have some set of numbers A equal to 4, 5. Okay, and similarly B is something like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9, 10. Okay, so what A intersection B is like which are the common elements, right? A comma B. This gives you like what are the common elements over there? 4 and 5. Okay. And similarly, union is like whole, right? So union is like combination of like from 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. Okay. So if you take this, what will be the Jaccard similarity? This will be like you have A set, B set, right? So there are in intersection, there are two elements. And what are the union? Like total number of elements are 10. Okay. So your Jaccard similarity is 2 by 10. Let's 0.2. So only 0.2 is a similarity score for A and B. So it is only that much similar. So if A is 1 2 3 4 5 and B is also 1 2 3 4 5, your intersection will be 1 2 3 4 5 and union will also be 1 2 3 4 5. So then your Jaccard similarity will be 1, right? So because both are same, so your Jaccard similarity will be 1. So it means like it will say like between these two sets how much are they similar. So we need a kind of a number, right? Like the fraction number. So that is what it will give. So this is about Jaccard similarity.